Hey everyone. For today's topic, I want to discuss double standards in relationships. If you ask me, double standards are one of the most ridiculous things out there because it's kind of like someone saying rules for thee, but not for me. Like what kings and queens used to do, right? Where they would create all these rules that their subjects had to follow, but they themselves didn't need to follow. So it creates a really messed up, unfair situation. Well, unfortunately, people do this in relationships as well, and there are some more, less impactful versions of this, and then some that are really messed up, like where a partner doesn't want their significant other to cheat on them, but they feel comfortable cheating on their partner. And yeah, there's just some really ridiculous double standards out there that can play out in relationships. So, my advice for all of you would be do not tolerate double standards. Now, I'm not advocating for you to go out there and like get into arguments and fights with your partner over double standards. None of that. All I'm saying is don't put up with them. Call them out, bring them to your partner's awareness because sometimes people aren't even aware that they're doing this, right? It's just one of those things where many people are like this where they can lack self-awareness, so they'll kind of think like something is okay for them to do but not other people, and they don't even think about how their own actions affect others. And that is unfortunate, and I won't even get into dating someone like that or getting into a relationship with someone like that and my opinions on that. But if you happen to be in a relationship with someone who does have double standards, just do not tolerate them. As soon as they make their double standard aware, or as soon as it comes to your awareness, should I say, call it out. Say, hey, that sounds like a double standard to me because I've noticed that you will do this activity, behavior, whatever the hell it may be, but right now you're telling me that you don't want me doing it, yet it's okay for you to do? Like, do you see the disconnect there? That's kind of unfair. Why can you do it, but I can't? Basically, you just want to call it out. Don't start an argument per se, but just bring it to their awareness and tell them you're not going to tolerate that because you shouldn't. Why should you tolerate double standards? It's messed up. It's like an unfair power dynamic. They have all the power in that situation and you don't because they're doing the activity they're telling you not to do. It's super messed up. I can give you some, I guess, somewhat banal examples. They're not entirely banal, but they're smaller than the cheating example I already mentioned earlier. But a good example of this would be where your partner doesn't want you to have friends of the opposite sex, but they feel like it's okay for them to have friends like that. That's a double standard. Like, why should you not be allowed to have friends of the opposite sex, but they can? There's a disconnect there, right? Like, they're basically saying they don't trust you, and yet you're meant to trust them. So it's stupid. Like, I have no qualms with a woman having friends of the opposite sex, having guy friends. I don't care about that as long as I trust her not to cheat on me. And I'm never going to try to control her behavior and tell her not to have friends of the opposite sex because I'm like super insecure about her cheating on me. No, if I can't trust her not to cheat on me, then I'm not going to be in a relationship with her. That's the way we should operate in all relationships in general. So there really isn't any need for double standards because if you can't trust that other person not to do X, Y, or Z, then why are you with them, right? So healthy relationships will almost never, actually, I probably can say, will definitely never have double standards because there's no need for them, right? Like, one, you're going to be communicating honestly and authentically with each other. That's what creates a healthy relationship. And two, you're going to trust each other. With that trust, there's no need for double standards because they almost always stem from distrust, from insecurities, from someone not trusting their partner to do certain things or be in certain situations like going to nightclubs and that sort of thing. So, but then they feel it's okay for them to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of a lack of self-awareness in people who create double standards because it's messed up for anyone out there to tell someone else they can't do a certain activity but then allow themselves to get away with doing that activity. It makes no sense. It's childlike. Like, that's immature. Nobody who is a mature adult who's worked on themselves should believe in that crap because it's stupid. So yeah, there you go. Those are my thoughts on double standards in relationships. I just really believe that none of you should put up with them because what the hell? Like, it's not cool. It's the same thing as when politicians tell us to behave in certain ways or that we can't do certain things, and then they go out and do those things themselves, like, you know, during COVID and we had all those lockdowns, but then a lot of politicians were going out and doing things with other politicians and powerful people, and it's okay for them to do it but not us. Yeah, don't even get me started on that. So yeah, just don't tolerate this behavior from anyone you're in a relationship with, because you shouldn't have to. If somebody is enforcing double standards on you, they lack self-growth and they probably need to work on themselves. So either figure out if you can work things out with them, or maybe you should find someone better for you. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, let me know your thoughts on this. Feel free to put your input in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci.